have reached Connecticut State. Please hold a moment.
Let's try another barracks.
Connecticut Police Trooper.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name's Trooper Nessie.
Messy. Messy like, hey, this room is a mess?
No, with an N.
Oh, an N, like Nessie.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. All right. I'm glad I got that right. Thank you so much for taking my phone call this evening, Mr. Nessie. My name is Tim Riley. That's Reilly. I'm calling this evening because this is probably going to take a minute, so please bear with me. I called Troop H this evening multiple times, and I've been hung up on every single time. And I can't even get the individuals answering the phone to identify themselves. This has been an ongoing problem because the last time I went physically to Troop H, which has the appropriate jurisdiction for the crime I'm trying to sign a sworn statement about, the last time I went there physically, they didn't know they were being covertly recorded, and they refused to take my felony sworn statement because it involves a public servant, and they didn't want to give me the privacy I was asking for. In fact, the individual on the opposite side of the glass is recorded saying how much he would like to tell me to go fuck myself because I requested a private room to make this statement in because it involves public servants and it's a very sensitive matter. He was behind that glass talking to the other officers who he was supposed to be dispatching to me, and telling them how badly, like I said, he wanted to tell me to go fuck myself. And then I waited in an hour and 15 minutes. All of this is recorded covertly, and which I have a right to do. It's upheld by the Supreme Court. These are my public officials. I'm engaged in a public activity. I'm trying to sign a sworn felony statement, and these motherfuckers are on the other side of the door. Right? I'm there for an hour and 15 minutes. There was this kind, short, little young woman. I have her name and everything. I'm going to call her as witness. She noticed that I was there for that length of time and took issue with that, which was great for me. And she was like, how can I help you? You know, like, what are you waiting for? And, oh, my God, I can't believe that's happened, and let me get you some help. And I finally felt a sense of relief, only to be shot down almost immediately after, which is disclosed also in the covert recording. The individual on the other side of the door to the lobby, where I don't have any access, is heard saying, you can hear this woman say, hey, there's a guy out there. He's got this situation going on, and he'd like to file felony charges. And the guy says, oh, I know who that is. I'm not going out there to help him. In fact, if I go out there, I'm going to put on my best Jerry Esposito, grab him by the back of the neck and body slam him and charge him with trespassing. But I'm not going to take his police report. Okay, so I have a very serious issue with returning physically to Troop H in Hartford to make this report in the appropriate jurisdiction. And now, upon trying to address this ongoing issue, I'm met with mean-tempered, roll-crazy cops who will not identify themselves over the telephone. They consistently hang up on me. They will talk over me. They keep on trying to insist that I'm trying to file a complaint when really what I'm trying to do is file felony, a sworn statement, felony coercion. I've got tangible physical evidence of Trooper Marwing Pena committing felony coercion. This is a man who's been convicted of beating his own wife or mistress or spouse or whoever it was out there when it happened in Rhode Island. Somehow, He still has a job in the corrupt racketeering union, right? And we're still paying him maybe close to $250,000 a year to break the law while he masquerades as a police officer, right? So I called Troop H to address this issue and file this sworn statement. They refused to take it. They refuse to hear anything. They don't want to know it. They don't want to hear it. They won't even identify themselves, like I said. So now I've exhausted my resources. I'm a Columbia resident. Troop K has jurisdiction over this area. I am calling this troop this evening to report an act of felony coercion. We got a state trooper who calls my wife and says, I've got incriminating statement A and I've got incriminating statement B. And you're going to sign one of these statements to incriminate your husband, or I'm going to arrest you for the crime that we suspect he committed and we know that you did not commit. We know you didn't commit a crime, but I'm going to arrest you if you don't sign this statement. That is black and white, clear as day, blatant abuse of fucking power. You got a fucking loose cannon out there who's beating his own wife. Now he's calling mine and he's threatening hers. What the fuck are you guys going to do about it?
Okay. Well, I mean, I can go talk to my supervisor. I mean, you're looking at...
I need help. I need help. My life has been threatened 4 times in the last 5 years, the latest one in November. No criminal charges have been filed against the immediate family members of law enforcement, threatening to shoot and kill me for doing my job as a journalist in my state. Okay? This is a long-standing, ongoing matter. My wife is terrified. I've got 5 children. I live in a raised ranch here in Columbia. I'm not a criminal. I've never had a criminal history in my entire life. I became a journalist in 2020, and I've been unlawfully arrested 7 times in 4 years. You know why? Because I ask questions. Yeah, and I've beaten every one of those cases without a lawyer, without a public defender. I'm a sui juris litigant. I'm perhaps one of the most feared fucking litigants in this entire state. The judges run from me. I've had judges leave the chambers, leave the courtroom. The entire courtroom applauds for me and follows me outside onto the sidewalk. So now they make me wait until last. I've won every single one of my cases in the last 5 years. I'm not fucking around, and I want this guy arrested. I need some help. Can you guys help me?
Just out of curiosity, have you tried? I know you said you went to obviously Troop H. Have you ever tried? Did you really try to go to headquarters or anything like that, or no?
DEESP is the biggest boondoggle in the state of Connecticut. All these motherfuckers need to be indicted. All of them. I've been calling state police headquarters in Meriden and in Middletown for 3 fucking years. I've never gotten a return phone call. Maybe twice. Out of 3 dozen phone calls, I've gotten 2 returns. And let me ask you this, just like as a logical human being, like digest this for me, please. How am I, as a victim of a police officer who is clearly breaking the law, supposed to rely upon the very same entity, the very same barracks to investigate itself? I mean, that unto itself is a conflict of interest. How is the entity that is alleged to have done something wrong going to investigate itself and ever find any wrongdoing? Can you make that fucking make sense? I'm not going to engage in a conflict of interest and expect the outcome that I justifiably deserve here. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
I understand what you're saying.
We need a third-party investigator. I'm not going to let the police investigate themselves. Look at what happened the last time they did that for Marwing Pena, he got to beat the shit out of his own wife or his own spouse or his own mistress out there in Rhode Island, and he's still got a fucking job on my tax dollars right now? And now he's calling my wife and threatening her? Who the fuck is this guy? What are you guys doing down there, man? Now I call his barracks and they hang up on me. I need help. I don't have any sheriffs to rely upon here. I got no deputies. I've got no law enforcement oversight over our gang, the state police. There's a gang out there. They're threatening to shoot and kill me for asking questions. Can you guys help me?
Well, and that's what I'm saying is obviously I can understand why you don't want to go talk to them if you feel that trooper is doing X, Y, and Z, obviously.
He is. It's not a feeling, bro. I got tangible physical evidence. This is all recorded. I got it all recorded. It's not a matter of how I feel. This is what's really happening.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it's how you feel. I'm just saying if that's what is the case, then that's
no one's helping me. I need help. I'm calling you for help. I don't know what to do. I've exhausted all of my resources.
And you said that you've talked to IA and legal affairs?
They are the biggest waste of their willful, criminally complicit participants actively engaged in a cover-up to protect their budget line item that they call a police officer. The union is trying to protect its budget line item, masquerading as a state trooper. His name is Marwing Pena. He's the biggest criminal in the state of Connecticut. Can you guys help me?
Like I said, I can certainly talk to a supervisor, but I would think that he's probably going to direct you back to headquarters.
Yeah, he's going to be part of the problem, isn't he? He's going to be part of the problem. And my wife is going to continue to suffer. I'm going to continue to be terrorized. Nothing's going to get done, right? That's what you're telling me? I'm wasting my time here? I need a police officer to enforce our laws. I'm willing to assign a sworn statement right now. I have tangible physical evidence that proves that Trooper Marwing Pena has committed an act of felony coercion. Will you take the evidence and take my signed sworn statement and submit that to a prosecutor in our courts for me, please?
Give me 1 sec. Let me talk to my supervisor, okay?
Thank you. You might be getting somewhere. Might be getting somewhere. This guy sounds promising. Isn't that? But you know what he's going to be met with, don't you? corruption. They got him. He ain't gonna be able to help me. This guy, he's gonna give me the standard fucking shit. Shit. That's what it is. Shit.
All right, so are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I talked to my boss. So he's recommending that because it's investigating another trooper, that if you have an issue with, obviously I know you've been working with Troop H, I know you don't want to, but that you reach out directly to their lieutenant. And honestly, if I were you, if you don't get a hold of the lieutenant, I would probably reach out directly to the heads of Central District.
Listen, I've tried that. I was advised the same information. The same advisement came from legal affairs of the state police. And when I called and I requested to speak to the lieutenant or the shift supervisor, I was told, nobody gets to speak with them. You got me. You got me. You're going to tell me what this is about or I'm going to hang up on you. Okay, so I'm literally, listen to me. I can't emphasize this enough. I have exhausted our local and state resources between your headquarters and fucking Meriden and Troop H in Hartford, you name it, man. I'm calling you guys this evening because you have law enforcement jurisdiction over this area. I'm a victim of a crime. This crime needs to be reported. Nobody has been willing to take my signed sworn statement and file with a state prosecutor's office this crime. That is completely unfucking acceptable. I'm not filing a complaint. I'm filing a sworn statement of a crime, a felony crime. Is this barracks a place where I can do that? Are you guys going to take my felony sworn statement of a crime committed by a state trooper? Or do I have to, like, call my first selectman and be elected sheriff and start arresting the state police in my town? Like, what the fuck do I have to do here? This is unbelievable. My wife is beside herself. She's terrified. You guys are terrifying my family. You're terrorizing us.
Well, I'm sorry that that's what you're going through based on whatever happened with this other trooper, but again, I understand the difference of what you're trying to find.
Listen, what options do we have? You can't give me the standard fucking bullshit line. You guys are sworn oath. You swore an oath. You're supposed to fucking uphold our laws, man. An individual broke our laws. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter that he's a state cop. It doesn't fucking matter. I want to sign a sworn statement. I want to provide tangible physical evidence of his crime. And I want that shit submitted to our fucking courts. They won't let me do that by myself. The courts will not let me do that, which is completely repugnant to the Constitution of our United States, which you took an oath to uphold. All right, so now I'm out of options. I can't do it myself. I tried every which way until Sunday to rectify this without bothering you guys. I'm trying. I did my best. I need your help. I need your help. There's no sheriffs out here. There's no one to police the police. This guy's threatening to. My life has been threatened by the immediate family members of law enforcement because I win my court cases. I file cases as plaintiff against chief of police in Wyndham. I won that case. In lieu of that, I got a death threat from the brother of a detective who worked there. To date, this fucking barracks has not made an arrest. There's a guy that lives in Colchester, Connecticut, 8 miles away from my house, threatening to shoot and kill me if I unwittingly happen to be walking in his general direction. Okay? I'm a fucking journalist. I go from one side of the state to the other, and I ask questions for a living. And now I might be shot because the police don't like the questions I'm asking and don't want to enforce the law on the individuals threatening to shoot and kill me for asking questions. Do you see the problem I have here? I absolutely refuse to hang up. You guys need to help me. I need help.
And I do want to help you. I'm trying to give you the best options as possible. But like I said, we obviously have a process of how things involving people on our job.
Right, and given the knowledge that I've articulated, like I've gone through the process. I've tried it, and it hit me in the face. I got fucked in the ass. I didn't even get to put lipstick on. I don't even get to look nice in all of this. I'm just getting fucking nailed here, pal. Help me.
Like I said, I'm trying to help you the most I can, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of other options other than being able to offer the fact that we have, command staff that's dedicated to investigating things involving.
Who is your command staff? Who can I speak to that is like high?
Like I said, that's why I was recommending. I know that you called Troop H. But
there are ways. There are no options there. DEESP is not an option either.
Yeah, but I would talk. I mean, we're all overseen obviously by DESPP, so it's.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I got the acronym wrong.
I would try to go in person to talk to them down at Middletown.
I'm scared to do that. Listen, the last time I went to file this report, I was threatened to be body slammed and unlawfully charged with trespassing, and it wouldn't be the first time I've been unlawfully arrested. I think I said to you.
Troop H, right?
Yeah, this was at Troop H. And to date, I still don't even have the identities of those individuals involved in that. It's one big, massive cover-up. The cover-up unto itself is criminal and needs to be investigated. How am I supposed to call the state police and ask them to investigate themselves and expect the fucking outcome that I need?
Right. Well, that's why I don't really have a better answer for you other than talking about our folks.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to be a sheriff? Do you want to really be law enforcement? Fuck the state police. Get the fuck out of that union, man. People really need help. I need help.
Yeah. Well,
listen, you're not helping anybody over there being pinned down by that union. They're going to make you a willful, criminally complicit participant in their crimes. And you're going to get a lien against your house like these assholes are if you don't fucking get out of there. Get the fuck out of there, man. Help the people. You want to fucking help people, do it like an individual. Become an elected law enforcement officer. Become sheriff. Take that fucking oath that you took to the Constitution seriously and help people protect their lives. I'm being threatened by my state. No one's helping me. You're giving me a generic print-off version of what I would get if I emailed somebody. Well, the best I could do, you could call this number, blah, blah, blah. What's that do for my wife and I tonight? Nothing.
I understand, and I have empathy for the situation you're going through, but I just you know what I mean? You're talking to essentially somebody at the bottom of the totem pole.
I know, but that's why I respect you more. I think you're more reachable than any of these assholes up on the top of the chain. You're more of a human.
And I wish I had more authority than I do at the bottom.
Well, how can you help me tonight? How can you help me? Is there someone high-ranking that can get this to the top dogs in brass for me tomorrow morning if I speak with them this evening? Is there someone I can speak with?
Not anybody here, unfortunately. We're pretty much skeleton crew at nighttime.
Now, how do you think? Listen to me, man. What if you were me? How would you feel right now? How would you feel?
That's why I'm trying to. That's why I've been on the phone with you trying to work with you, because I'm trying to give you a logical solution. But yeah, we don't really. The only time that there's any command staff around that has any true, higher authority in terms of for the district or for within, the barracks or whatever, lieutenants and everything, those are all around during the daytime. So it's pretty much, skeleton crew on nighttime is really who you're talking to. So.
But let me ask you this, just plain answer, yes or no. Can I, if I physically present myself to sign a sworn statement and provide tangible physical evidence of this man's crime, despite the fact that he's a state trooper, will that be issued to a prosecutor's office and handled the very same way as it would be as if I were pulled over and charged with disorderly conduct for flicking somebody off, or whatever the fucking stupid hypothetical circumstance might be? I'm just saying, like, can I call my police and expect them to enforce our laws across the board against everybody?
Yeah, I would say. I think the difference is that it sounds like the crime that you're accusing of this trooper of doing sounds like it was something that took place during the action of his duties on his job, which is why I'm directing you towards headquarters.
Right. But see, in that, from what I've known, listen, I'm undefeated. I've not lost a case in the state of Connecticut. You don't have qualified immunity when you break the law. You don't have qualified immunity. This isn't a complaint about an officer's...
No, I know it's not a complaint, but what I'm saying is, though, it's because it's something directly involved with the actions that he's been doing on the job. Our agency's going to...
Well, here's the thing. I don't even know that he was on the job. I don't know that he was actively on shift when he made this phone call. And from the information that I've corroborated, he made this phone call to my wife on his personal cell phone, perhaps even on his personal time. So, I mean, there's a lot to this that needs to be investigated. It's only assumed or presumed that he was acting in his official capacity. I never made any such inclination. I never provided any such detail that would infer that he was in his official capacity. You just kind of came out with that. I'm here to tell you on the opposite side of this transaction that I don't believe that's true. I believe that this individual was on his personal time.
I have another.
All right, please take the time.
Again, I hate. All right.